Welcome to the deep dive. So you sent over some really interesting material on the aluminum cladding panels market.
Yeah, it's a fascinating space, actually.
Definitely. We're going to try and unpack it all today, really understand the key drivers, the main players,
Yeah.
sort of get a solid handle on what's actually happening. Think of this as the shortcut.
Exactly. And these panels, well, fundamentally, we're talking about those outer layers, the facades you see on buildings, right? Commercial, residential.
Hmm.
And their popularity is just, it's climbing. You look at the advantages, and it makes sense.
Like what specifically?
Well, they're lightweight. That's a huge plus, but also really durable.
Okay.
Plus, you get that sharp, modern look. They resist corrosion well, help with energy efficiency.
Low maintenance too, I saw.
Yeah, minimal upkeep. And importantly, they're recyclable. So it's, pretty compelling package for builders today.
It really is. And the numbers back that up, don't they? The market size, uh, 2023, it was around $7.1 billion.
Just over, yeah, $724.2 million technically.
Right. And the projection is, wow, almost $11 billion by 2032.
The CAGR, the compound annual growth rate, is pegged at about 5.5%. So steady, solid growth.
So what's pushing that? What's the engine here?
It's a few things coming together. First, just the basic demand for those benefits we listed. Lightweight, tough, looks good, that's growing.
Oh.
Then you've got, well, massive urbanization happening globally.
Right. More cities, more buildings.
Exactly. And huge infrastructure projects, especially, Asia Pacific, North America, Europe. They're all seeing major development.
And building codes, I saw that mentioned.
Yeah, that's the other piece. Codes are getting stricter, more focus on safety, like fire resistance, but also on aesthetics. Aluminum cladding often fits nicely with modern design requirements.
Interesting. It's not just about the physical stuff anymore either, is it? The sustainability angle seemed pretty prominent in the research.
Oh, absolutely. That's becoming a really big deal.
How so?
Well, as everyone gets more environmentally conscious, the fact that aluminum is highly recyclable is a major selling point.
Right.
And manufacturers themselves are moving towards greener production methods. It just fits with that whole industry push for sustainable building.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's the what and the why the market's growing, because the product's good, fits modern needs, and sustainability is a plus. Now let's talk about the who. Who are the big fish in this pond? Cognitive market research identified some key players.
That's right. Their analysis points to 5 main companies really dominating the market share right now.
And those are?
Arconic, 3A Composites, Mulk Holdings, Mitsubishi Chemical Corporation, and Jyi Shyang. Those are the top 5 according to CMR.
And the market share breakdown is pretty revealing. 3A Composites has the lead.
Yeah, reportedly around 24%. Then Arconic at 19%, Jyi Shyang with 17%, Mulk Holdings at 13%, and Mitsubishi Chemical holds about 10%.
So that gives us a clear picture of the current hierarchy. Let's maybe dive into these companies a bit. Arconic first. What's their story?
Okay, Arconic. They position themselves as a leading global supplier of aluminum products, big focus on innovation and sustainability.
Weren't they part of Alcoa?
Exactly. They spun off from Alcoa Corporation back in 2016. Their thing is really engineered products, advanced manufacturing, not just for construction, but also aerospace, automotive.
Okay, wider reach.
Yeah, pretty broad. They're headquartered in Pittsburgh, but have production centers globally. Big emphasis on R&D, pushing product quality and performance. That makes them sort of a trusted partner for lightweight, durable stuff.
And the sustainability aspect.
Definitely. They highlight their commitment to that, recycling initiatives, things like that.
The financials you shared were interesting, too. Revenue was $1.9 billion.
Yeah.
Down year over year, but up organically?
Yeah, up 2% organically. And that growth came from areas like ground transport, building and construction, our market packaging, aerospace.
So even with an overall dip, the construction side was growing.
Seems so, though they did have that net loss in Q4 2022. Remember, a big chunk of that was selling off their Russian operations.
Right. Shows how those big global events play into everything.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Arconic. Next up, the current market leader by share. 3A Composites.
3A Composites. Yeah, that name rings a bell. Big in composite materials generally.
Huge. Global leader. Architecture, transport, industrial applications. They cover a lot.
Based in Switzerland.
Yep. Part of the Schweider Technologies Group. Strong global presence. Europe, North America, Asia. You've probably heard of their brands. Dye-Bond, Alucobond.
Oh, yeah, definitely. See those names around.
Right. Known for aesthetics, but also structural performance. Like Arconic, the focus is lightweight, durable, versatile solutions.
And, let me guess, sustainability.
You got it. Core value, eco-friendly practices, recyclable materials. It's a consistent theme with the leaders.
Okay, so Arconic and 3A Composites, both global, both pushing sustainability, slightly different industry focuses maybe. Next is Mulk Holdings from the UAE.
Yeah, Mulk Holdings. They're interesting. A diversified conglomerate. Manufacturing is a big part, including these aluminum composite panels, but they do other things too.
Like,
Well, they started back in '95, grown a lot, especially in the Gulf. Their panels are respected in architecture, durability, looks, flexibility. They've got modern factories, advanced tech,
okay,
but they're also into renewable energy, real estate. Shows some adaptability, right?
definitely. Spreading the risk, maybe. And their focus.
Still hitting those notes. Sustainability, customer satisfaction seems standard for the top tier.
Fascinating that a conglomerate holds a decent slice here. Okay, Mitsubishi Chemical Corporation. Known for chemicals, obviously, but they're in this market too. How does that work?
Right, part of the huge Mitsubishi Group. Their portfolio is incredibly diverse. Automotive, electronics, healthcare, and yes, construction materials.
Been around a while, yeah.
Since 1933, they've become this global player focused on innovation, sustainability. Their contribution here is really through high-performance materials.
Yeah.
Think advanced composites, resins, the stuff that makes cladding panels strong in the light.
So they supply the core materials or make the panels themselves.
It's more about the high-performance material science they bring. Their R&D is huge, driving new technologies for demanding applications.
Gotcha. And financials. They seemed resilient.
Yeah, sales revenue dipped slightly, about 5% annually in the report, but their core operating income only fell 2%. Good cost control, price management. They actually beat their income estimates for the first half of the year, shows strong operational grip.
Okay, so deep materials expertise from Mitsubishi. Lastly, in the top 5, Jyi Shyang from Taiwan.
Jyi Shyang Industrial, yeah, they're a specialist manufacturer, really focused on aluminum composite panels and related building stuff.
Since when?
Established 1992, built a strong reputation, quality, innovation, customer focus. They offer a wide range of products, architectural sheets, interior design panels, even stuff for signage.
Well, containing.
Yep, advanced manufacturing there. Their products are known for, again, durability, aesthetics, versatility, and like the others, big on R&D, exploring new materials, committed to sustainability, and they operate globally.
Okay, wow. So that paints a pretty clear picture of the established leaders. Big, global, focused on R&D, quality, and increasingly sustainability. But the story doesn't end there, does it? Your sources mention emerging threats.
Exactly. It's not a static market. Cognitive market research flags several companies that could potentially challenge these top 5.
Like who?
Names like Yarit, CCJX, Seven, Goodsense, and Huayuan. They're seen as potential disruptors.
Disruptors how? What are they doing differently that could let them grab market share?
Well, it seems to be a mix of strategies. Many are leveraging innovative manufacturing methods, maybe to improve quality, maybe to cut costs.
Okay, efficiency plays.
Yeah, and some are definitely focusing on cost-effective production, allowing them to compete on price. That's always appealing.
Sure.
Crucially, though, sustainability is a big focus for many of these newcomers, too. They're trying to align directly with that growing market demand for green materials.
And maybe being smaller helps them move faster.
That's part of it. Agility. They can potentially respond quicker to specific customer needs, offer more customized solutions, maybe.
Any specific examples of what these emerging companies are doing?
Yeah, the report mentioned, for instance, Yarit and CCJX are investing heavily in advanced tech, aiming for better quality, but also shorter lead times. That's huge in construction.
Definitely. Time is money.
Right. Then you have Seven and Goodsense, who are apparently specializing more in explicitly eco-friendly materials, carving out that green niche.
Narc. And Huayuan.
Huayuan seems to be playing more of a regional game, leveraging local strengths, tailoring products to specific market tastes and requirements.
So it's not one single strategy. Some go tech, some go green, some go local. It sounds like the big guys need to watch their backs.
Precisely. It signals a potential shift. The established players, they'll likely need to double down on their own innovation, maybe improve customer service even more, and really walk the talk on sustainability to stay ahead.
Which leads to the question, if you're a new company trying to break into this market, how do you actually excel? The sources seem to point towards technology as key.
Absolutely. Technology is critical for any new entrant wanting to make a real dent.
In what ways?
Well, think about modern manufacturing. Highly automated lines, maybe advanced coating techniques for better durability or unique finishes, that can boost quality and potentially lower costs.
Right. Efficiency again.
And customization. Using things like precision laser cutting or advanced digital printing directly onto panels, that opens up huge design possibilities that architects love.
So offering things the big players maybe don't, or not as easily.
Potentially, or just doing it better or faster. Then there's R&D into new materials themselves, ultra lightweight composites, maybe new kinds of eco-friendly coatings, stuff that pushes the boundaries.
Beyond the physical product, too, you mentioned smart tech.
Yeah, that's an interesting angle, like integrating IoT sensors maybe
Yeah?
for tracking performance, maybe predicting maintenance needs, adding value beyond just the panel itself.
Okay, interesting.
And underlying all of that is sustainability, not just the materials, but the whole process. Energy efficient factories using only recyclables. That's not just good for the planet, it's a massive selling point now.
So prioritizing tech in these ways lets newcomers stand out.
Definitely. It lets them differentiate, offer something new or better, respond to those key industry trends like customization and sustainability, and hopefully capture that market share.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here. Started with the market impressive growth, driven by clear needs and trends. Then we looked at the big five, Arconic, 3A, Mulk, Mitsubishi, Jyi Shyang, their strengths, their strategies.
Right. And then the emerging players, Yaret, CCJX, Seven, Good Sense, Huayuan, shaking things up potentially.
And finally, how newcomers can really compete, largely through smart technology adoption and a real focus on sustainability.
Yeah, in a nutshell, it's a really healthy market, growing fast, fueled by big trends like urbanization and the green building movement.
But competitive.
Very. You've got these established giants, but the door seems open for agile, innovative companies, especially those pushing the envelope on sustainability and advanced manufacturing. It's definitely dynamic.
It really hammers home that point, doesn't it? Whether you're big or small in this space, you can't stand still. Innovation, real sustainability efforts, adapting to what customers want. That seems crucial for everyone.
Absolutely. The basics, performance, durability, looks, they'll always matter. But yeah, those newcomers harnessing modern tech and embedding sustainability deep into what they do, they seem really well positioned to grab a bigger piece of this pie.
This has been incredibly insightful. It's amazing how much is going on behind the scenes with something like aluminum cladding, something you see every day. Really shows how innovation and market forces are constantly reshaping even established industries.
And it mirrors those broader shifts, construction trends, the global push for sustainability, even economic ups and downs. It's like a small window into bigger changes in how we build things.
So thinking ahead, with material science advancing so quickly, and that global focus on sustainable construction only getting stronger, what future innovations do you think might really change the game for aluminum cladding panels in the next, say, 10 years? Definitely food for thought. Thanks for this deep dive.